Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining today's session. We're going to demo the new WDO reporting system with you today. If you missed the first two town halls where we walk through the account setup, the recordings are available on our website under the What's New section. You'll also find the WDO user guides posted there for your reference. Before we begin the demo, I'd like to provide a quick update on the system's go live status. As many of you know, the launch has been delayed, so you are not seeing the green WDO activity button at this time. We do not yet have a confirmed date for when the system will go live. The entire team is actively working to resolve the identified issues, and we're hopeful the system will be ready in the upcoming week. As soon as go live date is confirmed, we'll send out an email notification. Please note that we've entered blackout dates through the month of November. So these dates will not count towards your 10-day filing requirement, going back to when we first turned the old system off. So the October 17th through the end of November will not count against you. Just please keep track of what you need to submit when the system goes live. Now, during today's demo, please keep in mind that we're working in a test environment. You may notice some lagging or some minor functionality issues. If that happens, we truly appreciate your patience and understanding. The live system will offer a much smoother experience than what you may see today. With that, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Ronnie to start the demo.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. Oh, I'm trying to share my screen. Can you guys see my Connect screen?
There it is, Ronnie.
There it is. Okay, so to submit your WDO activities, you will log into the Connect system using the username or email address and password that you have already created. This is the WDO, the green WDO activity button that you do not have yet. Once the system goes live, you will have that button. And at this time, if you've logged in as linked to the company as an owner of the company using the company's tax ID number, you should already see this green generate button. If you linked to the company using a 110 code provided by the owner, then you will not see that generate 110 code button. To submit WDO activities, you will click on the WDO activity button and click Manage Activities. When you click Manage Activities, this is your unsubmitted activity queue or your pending queue. This will tell you how many unsubmitted activities you have and how much money you have in your company's account. To submit activities for the PR, this cannot be changed. When you're logged in as the PR, you can only be that PR. You cannot file for another company unless you go back to your dashboard and select that company from there. If you are a PR and you are filing for one of your branch offices, then you will select the branch office that you would like to submit for in this section and then click search. That will take you to the unsubmitted activities for that particular branch. Right now, we do not have any unsubmitted activities. Just like in the old system, you can add activities individually by clicking on the Add New button and type in the activity information. Here is your inspector drop-down box. where you can select the inspector who did the inspection or the completion, and then you select your activity code. If the inspector that did the report is not available in this drop-down box, you can click on Manage Licensees and then Add New, and then you can add that inspector's license number. The first and last name is optional. That's only if you want to put it there. The blue box does have to be clicked where it says display in order for that license number to display in the drop-down box. Once you've entered the information and click save, and you close out of the managed licensees, you go back in here and that inspector license number should be available to select for that activity. Once all the information is entered, you click save, and then that activity goes into your unsubmitted activities queue. For companies who use a termite program that create a text file that needs to be uploaded to our system, again, very similar to the old system, click on Upload File, browse to look at the files that are on your computer, select the file that you need to upload, and then click Process File. The activities from that file are now in the activity queue. To submit the activities, you can either check mark the box next to the activities that you would like to submit, or you can click select all. Down here, the page defaults to only displaying 10 records. So if you click select all, it's only going to select the records that are on the page the records that you can see on the page. So if you have more than 10 activities that need to be submitted, you can expand this to view more activities up to 1,000 and submit up to 1,000 activities at a time. Once you've selected the records that you would like to file, you click Submit Selected. A submission acceptance alert should pop up on your screen that provides you with the submittal number for the activities that you submitted. Once you click OK to close that and close the Manage Activities screen, you can see here on your dashboard that your activity has been, this is the same submittal number. You can click on that and see the activities that you submitted. You can also click on the PDF and you can either preview or download a PDF of that submittal. And this is what that looks like. It will give you a list of the activities, what your balance was, how much you spent, and what your current balance is after that submittal. A couple things that we have, or something that we have in this new system that we did not have in the old system, is the ability for the system to identify duplicate activities. So if an activity has already been, or if an activity is incomplete, this is similar to the old system. Like this activity is missing the inspector's license number. So it has a question mark instead of a check mark box. So even if you click select all, it will not select that activity because it's not complete. So what you do in that case, or if you see a mistake on one of the activities when you're reviewing it, you can click on the pencil over here, and that allows you to edit the activity. So when you come in here, it tells you exactly why there's a question mark next to the activity. And in this case, we're missing the inspector's license number. So we have the opportunity to come over here and select an inspector's license number. Now there's nothing in red up here, so we know that the activity is complete. And we can click save. And there's no longer a question mark next to that activity. It can now be submitted. Give me just 1 second to make a modification on so I can show you the other feature. Oh no. Okay, well, we're just going to retype it in there. Now, when you upload a file to the system, a text file, all the inspector license numbers that are on that file will go into your drop-down box. So if they're uploaded on a file, you do not need to go in and manually add them. 5. There we go. So the system, this new system is built to identify duplicate activities so that your company is not submitting the same activity more than once if you do not mean to. So here you can see that the information on this activity is exactly the same. It's the same address, same activity code, same inspector, same date. So the system's telling us that that activity is a duplicate. So you have an option here. You have to do something with it. You can't check mark this box and submit it. So this little stop sign or hold sign. And if you click it, it will turn to a thumbs up and this box will be clickable or you can submit the activity. If it is a duplicate and you do not want to submit it, you can come over here and use the trash can to delete the activity, or you can use the edit tool and edit it. Maybe that was supposed to be an inspection and not a completion. So you can come in here and change the activity code. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to go ahead and submit this activity. And now that that is submitted, you can see here that the other one is still sitting here. And that's because the duplicate button can also tells you that it's a duplicate that's already been filed. So if it's the activities are duplicate in your pending queue, they'll be right on top of each other, just like they just were. And you can see pretty easily that it's a duplicate of something, but it's in the pending queue twice. In this case, because there's only one of this activity in the pending queue, the duplicate is not in the pending, but this means that it's already been submitted. So again, I can overwrite it and submit it if I want to submit 2 completions for the same property on one day, or I can edit it, or I can delete it so that I'm not paying for that activity twice. On most of the most of the screens in the new system, you can export to Excel. So if you are doing an audit of unsubmitted activities for each of your branch offices, or just kind of want to take a look at what is sitting in your pending queue that has not been submitted, you can export to Excel and basically get a report that you can save to your computer or do whatever you wish with the same information that is on this screen. Just like you can select activities to submit them, you can submit or select multiple activities and delete them here if you do not wish to delete them individually by clicking on the trash can. So that is how you submit activities. The new system, I think everybody's really excited for the ability to add funds using the new system. To do that, you click on this green Add Funds button. Anybody who has WDO activity button can add funds. The system does not store credit card information. So you will have to type in the credit card information each time. When you click the add funds button, you select credit card, type in the amount of money that you wish to add to the account, enter your credit card information and the expiration date. Type in the billing information. Here you must select the country that you reside in or the country that's associated to that credit card and the state. And last, the zip code. Once you've typed in all the information, you'll click Pay and Submit. You can see here that the system accepts Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. It does not accept American Express. It does not accept ACH payments, which is like a check, like a direct check deposit. Only these three cards are accepted. You can still mail in a paper check to us. If you choose to mail in the paper check, please continue to use the WDO account deposit form and write in the memo section of the check that the check is for WDO and include your PR number on the check so that we can make sure that it is deposited into the correct account and that we know that it's for WDO. Another thing is when you're using a credit card, there is a 2.3% service fee that is added on to the transaction. That is a charge that is charged to us by the credit card processing company. And unfortunately, we do have to pass that on to the user. But that is why we are still allowing paper checks to be mailed. Once everything's complete, pay and submit. It will pop up here in the top right hand corner that your payment is successful. And then you will see right here at the top of your transaction history that money has been deposited to your account. The next feature I'm going to demonstrate is the Manage Threshold button. This is just like in the old system. If you want to be notified when your account goes below a certain dollar amount, you can enter that dollar amount here. So this is me telling the system that please send me an email or please notify me when my company's account falls below this threshold. Update the amount here and click Save. Once you've updated your threshold amount, you do have to go into the Provide Access screen and click on the email notification box that's saying that you want the email notification for the low balance alert. Also on the screen, you can ask or subscribe for emails for each time there's a submittal for your PR or BR, whatever you're registered as. You can subscribe for email notifications that you get a PDF emailed to you of all of the activities that are submitted. And then you can also subscribe for emails for the posting of a check to your PR balance so that you know that we've received your check and you're able to go in and file your activities. In this Provide Access screen, this is also where an owner of a company or an admin staff can provide access to other staff that you do not want to allow to give access to other people. So the other staff will not have this Provide Access button. Only the admin staff and the company owners. So here, if you want to provide access to a staff person, you can click on Add New, enter the address that they registered, that they registered and connect with, and the last name that they used to register and connect with. If these two things are not exactly as they registered their account and connect, it will not allow them access to the account. Once you've entered their information and click save, oh, I must have typed it wrong, just like I was telling you. That's what'll happen if you don't type it correctly. Okay, so once you add new and type in that information and click save, that new user will pop up down here. You can subscribe them for the same emails that you're subscribed for, or one or none of them. If you have staff changes within your company and need to deactivate somebody's account as an owner or an admin staff, you can come in here and click the trash can next to the user that you want to disable. Once you click that, they will no longer have the ability to submit activities, add funds. Basically all of these buttons will be deactivated. And then the next time that they log in, they will not see your company registration here whatsoever anymore, unless you were to provide access to them again. The cost summary button is available for companies to determine what they've spent on WDO during a particular date range. So if your company has branch offices, or if not, if you're just wondering exactly how much your company spent filing WDO in a particular month or week or whatever, you can type in a date range here. That's not even the 15th yet. And click search, and it will run you a report that my PRs filed 22 activities, the BR filed 2, this one, total of 25 activities. This is how much everybody spent. If you'd like to keep track of that, again, this is available to export to Excel. And all that same information is found here, and you can save this for your records. Here we have a search tool. This is where you can go to search the activities for your company. If you are logged in, when it comes to all of this stuff, if you are logged in as a PR, you can see and file activities for all of the branch offices as well as the principal, the main office. If you're logged in as a branch office, you can only see activities for that particular branch office. So in this case, I'm logged in as the PR, so I can see activities by any of the branch offices or my main office. You can search by submittal number, by branch, by a particular address. Down here where it says transaction date, that is the date that the activity was, or the submittal was submitted to us. The activity date down here is the actual date of the activity that you're typing in on the submittal. So here, I type in, I want to see all the all the activities on all the submittals that I've done since 10/1. Again, this is a test environment. It's a little slower than the live system. So thank you for your patience. So hey, it's not really hard about that. But there's all the activities that have been submitted since the date that I entered there. So you can do any search criteria. If you want to look at just activities performed by a certain inspector, you could type in their inspector's license. Basically, just an easy way to see what you filed, keep track of what's been filed, so that you know where you left off and make sure that everything's being done. The last thing over here is the export to Excel for this screen. So this is going to be an export of your company's account history. Your account history goes back 2 years, just like the search tool. So you click there and you get a list of all the submittals, all the deposits, everything that's been done in your account for if you want to keep it for track it for monetary reasons. When logged in as a branch office, you can see here that not all of the submittal numbers are linked. And that's because, like I was saying earlier, when you're logged in as a branch office, you could only see things, activities that your branch office does. So these are all submittals done by a different branch office for my company. This one right here is one of an activity that was filed by this this particular branch office. So you can click it and you can get the PDFs for it. And think I think I covered just about everything, and we can open it up for questions.
Thank you so much, Ronnie. So if anyone has a question, you can click on that hand icon and raise your hand, and we'll give you as long as you need. There's no time limit on the questions. And then if you don't have a microphone or can't get your microphone to work, you can certainly do the chat. So I've just opened up the chat. That's a little speech bubble icon at the bottom of the screen. Again, if you're on a mobile device, some of these controls might be behind the 3-dot other options. And if you're on a call-in, then you can press *3 and that will raise your hand. So let's start off with Dave Donatelli. Dave, I'm going to send you a request to unmute. You should see that as a pop-up on your screen.
Yes, I think can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, hello, Ann and Ronnie. That was a great presentation. Thank you for that. I only had one question. Is the WDO activity button flashing up now for registered? If I was to log in, does it come up now? Or not quite yet?
No, it will not. It will not come up until we turn the system on and we go live.
Got it. Okay, perfect.
We're hoping some good news in the next week or so.
Nice, because I have a lot of inspections stacking up as well as other companies. So you're probably going to get bombarded. I guess that's what's going to happen, right? We're just going to send everything from when it went down till then. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay,
yes, and we will give you guys time to get caught up.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Suspended the 10-day filing requirement, so
okay.
We understand that you guys will have some backlog, and it'll take you guys a little bit of time to get caught up.
Okay, and the last question I had is: it says generate a one-time code. Is that something that must be done every time you upload activities, or?
No, actually, you only need to use that if you want to provide access to like an admin staff person.
Oh, got it.
And that's the only reason you would ever use this button.
Okay, got it.
What it does, it will give you a code that you can copy and give to your admin staff person.
Oh, I see.
And then when they log into their account and do the license link, they'll select a business and say, no, I'm not a business owner, so they don't have to use your tax ID.
Okay.
They'll enter your PR number, and then they'll put the one-time code rather than putting your tax ID number, and that will let them link to your company.
Okay.
Without having to give them your tax ID information.
Yeah.
And then they'll have this access where they'll be able to provide access to other users.
Okay.
But they will not be able to generate a one-time code for anybody else.
Okay, got it.
They will not be.
Got it. And then,
access. Only you as the owner can give admin access.
okay. And then lastly, if, let's assume we're rolling along and we get stumble somewhere within the program. Is there a place to go and ask for help, or, you know, like,
Yeah, call me.
Oh.
Call me. Email us. Our email address.
oh,
Um,
yeah,
we'll pop it up on the screen here in just a second.
perfect.
Um,
Thank you. And that'll be my last question. So everything was great. So this is going to be a great program. It looks like it's going to work.
yeah, we're very excited.
Yeah. Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And that would be my only questions for me at this point.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for your questions.
Yeah,
I
I'll raise
appreciate your attention.
my hand down. Thank you. Okay, cool. Here we go. Okay.
You bet.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right. So next in line is a call-in person, and number ending in 97. You know, you've got your hand up. I'm going to send you a request to unmute, and I think what that will turn into is it'll prompt you to press *6 to unmute yourself. And yeah, let's go ahead and Ronnie, I think you need to stop sharing in order for the well, you're unmuted. Our
Hello?
calling user. Yeah, there you are. Perfect.
Hi, I have a question.
Sure.
Okay. Is the system going to continue the program that we have at this time, like we were doing it before, like submitting the activities?
The first part of your question got a little cut off. Can you speak a little louder and repeat that first part? Oh, your connection seems like it's just little tiny beeps. You can chat in the
Sorry.
chat if you. Oh, yeah.
Can you
Try
hear me
again.
now?
That's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the system that we have right now, it's VTRW. That's where we create all the reports and the activities. When we file the activities, they come from there and they automatic download to the structural pest control. Is that going to continue to be the same?
The new system accepts the same file download as the old system. So if the file that your termite program created and that you upload to the system, then it's still compatible. If your program is doing it automatically, then your program provider might need to set that up so that it'll do it automatically. I've never heard of that until just recently. Generally, what happens is that your termite program, you export a text file and save it to your computer and then upload it to our website. So that's how we built this system, just like the old system. The same file is compatible, or it's still compatible, but if your termite program provider, if something automatically is going to the system, then they're going to have to adjust that for you and make it work. But the same file will work.
Sounds good. One other question. Okay, activities that we've done from before the 17th that we weren't able to submit after the 17th, what's going to happen to those? Do we call in to have them uploaded, or what do we do? Because we weren't able to submit some activities before the 17th.
So just hold on to them, and when
Okay.
the new system goes live, you'll be able to submit them then. We suspended the filing requirement, the 10-day filing requirement from the 17th to the end of November to allow you guys time to, file and get caught up on your activities once the system goes live.
Okay, but this ones are before the 17th.
I know, but you can't file them right now. So just
No, I can't.
They'll be the same amount late as if you were to had filed them on the 17th as they will if you file them on December 1st. So it's not like they're going to be any later than they were on the 17th of October.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. That's all my questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And did we lose you?
My apologies. Yeah. Okay. So Jazz, I do see that you're unmuted. Oh, okay. There you go. All right. Go ahead, Jazz. And Jazz, I'm not hearing you yet. There's a little drop down next to the mute button that might give you like speakers or a headset, that kind of choice.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Hi. Yeah, I had two questions. The first one, it was about the duplicate, I guess, reports that it would kind of like notify you. I just had a question, like what happens if a property has multiple structures but only one address, and we end up making obviously separate reports for different structures? Would that system recognize that, or is that something that we would have to push through?
No, so you can, if they don't have like different unit numbers or anything like that to identify them, so it will actually look like a whole bunch of duplicate activities, then you can still submit them. You just click that little stop sign, and once
Mm-hmm.
it turns to a plus, a thumbs up sign, then you can still submit it. We just want to make sure that you guys are reviewing those so you're not paying for everything, something more than once.
Got
So
it.
you can overwrite it and submit them. We just want to make sure you guys know that you're doing that before you do it.
Okay. And I don't know if this is a dumb question, but I just want to verify, since this is my first time in one of these, or, would possibly be doing these. But the term activities, is that the WDO report itself, or is that completions? What exactly is that?
So an activity is basically just the information on that you're filing with us. So each report is required to be filed with us within 10 business days. So whether you go out and do an inspection, a completion, a reinspection, a supplemental report,
Mm-hmm.
a corrected report, no matter what type of report it is, every time a company, a branch 3 company, hands a consumer a report, it has to be filed with us. And that filing is what is considered an activity. So we don't have you guys send us the entire report. We
Mm-hmm.
just have you file with us the date of the report, the property address, who the inspector was, and the activity code of what type of report it was. And each one of these is considered an activity.
Got it. Okay. That was the only questions I had.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us and your questions.
Mhm.
All right. So our next hand up is Men Vong. So Men, I'm going to send you a request to unmute. And you're unmuted.
Hi, Ronnie. I had a question. I registered my company even though I am the owner, sole proprietor as an individual. Does that make any difference?
No, um, no. So have you registered your account in Connect yet?
Yes, I have connected, but I have not seen
And
the WDO on the account.
yeah, that's because we haven't turned it on yet. But when we turn it, if you've linked your company, and if you see the principal register, if you see this right here, the principal registration and your PR number right here, and the green one-time code button, then you've done what you needed to do at this point. When the system goes live and we turn it on, then you will have that WDO activity button. But we're just not quite there yet.
Okay, so I have not linked it. When I try to link it to like an admin staff, they'll ask for tax ID and etc.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something I
So
must do? Right now, I am
yeah,
connected, but I just haven't linked myself to anything because I'm an individual. I don't have no employee at all, just me and
okay.
myself.
But you still are going to have to link it in order to file your WTO activities. So
Gotcha.
sometimes when the company's registered as a sole proprietorship, then sometimes you guys did not use the tax ID. Instead, you might have used your social security number. So if you want to give us a call or email us at the email address um, on the screen right now, we can help you determine what you used to link your company. If you're getting an error with your tax ID, then it might be your social security. So try that. And if you need help, just shoot us an email and we'll get back to you and help you get linked.
Okay, sounds good. That's all I have to ask.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right,
Thank
thanks.
you.
So we do have some questions in the chat. And two of them actually ask about the need to use the personal email and not a business email. So if you could talk to that again.
Sure. So the whole reason that we've always recommended that a user creates a profile with their personal email and not a company email is because if that employee or that person stops working for the company and tries to access their license information or their soon to be renewal information, if they try to access it and do not have um, access to the email address that they use to register and connect, then they're going to have issues. You're not going to receive notifications. You're not going to receive your renewal, anything like that. If you're a company owner and you own your company and your email address is not going to change, you're not going to, fire yourself, then it's okay to use your company email address. If somebody's a licensee just working for a company, we're really trying to avoid that happening.
Okay, and then as a follow-up to one of those two people that had that question, Greg's saying, but these are not licensees, these are admin staff, not inspectors. Why do non-licensees need to use personal emails?
They don't necessarily. It's more so for licensing. If the person has no intentions on ever becoming licensed, they can. I mean, we cannot stop you from using the company email. Um, we can't stop you. So, I mean, if your secretary, if you would rather your secretary use their company email that is submitting activities so that they're not accessing their personal stuff from work, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, great. And then someone asked, kind of as a follow-up, someone from Surf City asked, can we change the email in the future from personal to company?
You cannot do it yourself. If that needs to happen, then you would need to send an email to the email address on the screen that provides the name that you use to register your Connect account, the email address that you use to register, and then the email address that you want it changed to.
Okay, great. Thank you for that, Ronnie. We've got a raised hand from Yana Abramyan. So I'm going to send you a request to unmute your mic.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I actually have a very simple question. I'm looking for the form that we mail in with the check. I know exactly where it was in the old system, but I don't see it here in the new system.
So if you go up here, when you're in the new system, if you go up here to WDO help.
All we're seeing, Ronnie, is the slide with the email address.
I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Let me share again. To the Structural Pest Control Board website. Oh, it's still not sharing.
There we are.
There it is.
There we are. Okay. Third time's the charm. So up here, when you're logged in on Connect, there's links and resources. The first one says Structural Pest Control Board, and then there's a WDO help one. I will add the form to the WDO help menu. It's currently not right there, but we will add it. But when you click on the Structural Pest Control Board one or the WDO link, it'll bring you here where you can click on forms and publications. And then that form is way down here at the bottom of the list of forms. It's the WDO deposit form.
Fantastic.
Like I said, I will also have it added to the WDO help screen so that it's easier for you guys to find.
Fantastic. And then if anybody is looking for the website where you can look at the recordings that we have done, Melissa has pasted that into the chat a couple of times. It's off the Structural Pest Control Board website. So you can rewatch any of these demonstrations and question answer periods. And so that will be cool. And you can also register your company from the Structural Pest website. So
yeah, I did see some.
Oh yeah, you did see a couple of chats go by about where.
About where to find all the recordings of these town halls and these presentations.
Right.
So actually, if you go into your Connect account and click that WDO help button that's under links and resources, down here you will see all the different town halls that we did and all the user guides on how to create an account, how to link your company, how to generate a one-time code, and how to file activities. There's user guides for each one of those different things. On the town halls, the first 2 town halls, we discussed creating an account in Connect and linking your company registration. And the rest of them from October 21st to the current one, we've kind of done the same we've done today and just demonstrated the system, showed you guys how to use it.
Great, fantastic.
Can we go up a little bit and show them where the Connect link is as well on there? Right now, it's hidden in that first sentence. Eventually, once the system goes live, there's going to be a new button at the top that says WDO. So eventually, there'll be a fancy button on top, but not yet. Once we go live, but for now, you can access it from there.
You can access it from here or on the online services. The first thing right there is also the login for Connect.
Fantastic, great, thank you, ladies. Daniel Silberman wanted to ask, the new system will allow for unlimited funds. Can the checks also be unlimited, or will there be a fixed limit?
No, so it's always been unlimited. The form is deceiving because we do put on the form, examples of how much a certain amount of activities would cost. And that industry take that as, this is the maximum amount that you could put in there. You can send a check or money order for any dollar amount that you wish. It's your money. It's going to go into your PR account until you either spend it or send me a letter and say you want it back. So yeah, there's no limit on the credit card. I don't think there's a limit on the credit card deposits, but you can keep whatever money you want in that account.
Super. All right. So let's check back in. We've got a raised hand from Sabrina. So Sabrina, I'm going to send you a request to unmute.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for taking my question. So I have a weird and then the question to add. So I guess because we've been out of the system for so long, we lost track of what our balance is on our account. Is there a way that you folks can check that for us, or what should we do in that case?
Yeah, if you want to just send me an email, I can look that up for you and let you know what you guys have in the account.
And I'm sending it, and that was Ronnie, right? I wasn't looking at my screen. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Let me stop sharing and we can
Yeah.
Okay.
get the rest back up on for you. But yeah, just send an email to the
Thank
Pest
you.
Board email that she's putting up right now, and I'll look that up for you and let you
Okay.
know.
Thank you. Thank you for your help.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. And then, yes, Melissa put into the chat a great reminder that if you have not been getting your the emails with all the updates about the WDO system, then you should go ahead and hop into the chat now and type in your email address, because we do want to get everybody on the email system so we can inform everyone promptly as soon as it goes live. So if you have not been getting the regular emails from the Structural Pest Control Board, please enter your email into the chat. If the chat is not working for you for some reason, or if you're a call-in user, then you can email pestboard@dca.ca.gov and ask to be on the email notifications. Courtney Fincher asked, will our balance show in the new WDO system once it goes live?
Great question. I totally missed covering that during my demonstration. Everything that was in the old system has been converted over to them. So your money is there, all of your activities are there. We have everything. So yes, your money that was in the old system will show up on the first day that that WTO activity button shows up.
Right. So moving forward, people won't have to email every time to say, what's our balance?
No. Just during this downtime, I don't mind letting you know how much
Right.
is in your account, because once the system goes live, we understand you guys are going to have a lot of backlog. So we do want you to have sufficient funds in your account to allow you to file that backlog.
Perfect.
Demonstrate.
I was just going to say, if
Yes.
you could go ahead and share your screen again and show how to find the balance.
While she's pulling that up, I did just want to say that if you know you're not going to be doing the online deposits, you can send a check now. Like if you know that you didn't have much of a balance and you have a backlogged report, go ahead and send your check now, because we're cashiering it and getting that money in there. So if you know you don't want to do an online deposit with a credit card, send the check now and we'll get it processed. That way it's in there as soon as it goes live. Okay.
Thank you, Melissa. Okay, so when you log into the system and click on the WDO activity button, you will see right here what your balance is. So this will show you how much is currently in your account, as well as all your transactions, all your old activities will be in there. When you click on the Manage Activities button, if you had activities that were in your pending queue in the old system that you might not have had enough money to file or forgot to log in on the 17th and file them before the system went down, your activities will still be in your pending queue. We literally everything has all the data has been dragged over from the pending, from the money, from the activities. Everything's been put into the new system and will be available for your viewing.
Fantastic. All right. So is there anyone else who has a question about like what sorts of things the new system can do for you, or where to click through to? Did anybody need any demonstration of how to start your Connect account? Hopefully everybody's at least a little bit on with that, but yeah, I'm not seeing questions. I think the people who are on the ball have heard about it and are following along. Again, if you'd like to get your email address filed because you haven't been getting the updated emails, then go ahead and drop those into the chat. And I'll go ahead and keep. Oh, go ahead.
I would say if you've been receiving the emails, you do not need to put your email address in the chat again. We do not want you to accidentally get several of the same emails because we have your email address in there so many times.
All right. Let's see. And then someone's Courtney's asking, adding an admin or secretary to our account. I won't be able to do that until after WDO goes live.
So if you're linked as an owner, Courtney, right now you can give somebody an admin level access by generating a one-time code, giving them that code, and then they'll go here. When they log into their account, they can go in here to the license link and click business and know that they're not a business owner. And then type in your company registration number and then enter the one-time code. That will link them as an admin to your company. If you do not want them to be able to give access to anybody else, then you do not want them to be an admin. You just want them to be a staff person. Then you will have to wait until this WTO activity button appears. And then you'll come here to provide access and add new. Enter their email address that they use to register and connect and their last name that they registered and connect. And you could add your staff people that way. But that feature is not going to be available until we go live and we get that that WTO activity button there for you guys.
Super, fantastic. And then Emily was asking, when paying by credit card, does that money show up immediately in the account or is there any lag time?
It does. It is instant. What's going on here? There it is. So actually I'll do a weird number so that it's more easy to see. So as soon as I click pay and submit, oh no. You know, I think that for the test system, it has to be.
Yeah, it has to be 100, I think. And that's not for you guys externally. You can use any amount you want. It's just in our testing environment, we can only use certain numbers for security issues.
Okay, so if I do pay and submit, and it shouldn't take this long in the live environment. I think it's just because this is the test environment that it's slower.
But it should be, the funds should be available to pay right then. And there shouldn't be like wait 24 hours or anything strange like that.
I think because I changed the amount that it threw it off because this is not adding up. Let's close this. Let's close it and try it again. Okay. So yeah, third time's the charm. It's going to work. There it is. Once it says up here that your payment is successful, you can look down here and that deposit has been added automatically to your account.
All right, so very instant. Nice. All right, great. So, yeah, if anyone has any more questions, go ahead and either enter them in the chat or raise your hand. And our calling users can press *3 to raise your hand. And otherwise, we will have another town hall meeting. We're going to go back to the Tuesday schedule. So next Tuesday is the 18th, and it will run at 2 o'clock. So we invite you to come on back, and we'll hopefully have some more progress news about the WDO system. All right, thank you, everyone. Any closing words, Ronnie or Melissa?
No, just thank you for joining us. And we're looking forward to getting this live just as much as you guys are. We appreciate your guys' patience.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Anne. And thank you, everybody, for attending.